Okay, wonderful. Now let's continue with the next one. Let's see if you can figure it out. All right. Can we please have a volunteer read it? Okay, go ahead.
The flowers danced in the gentle breeze.
I can picture it already. Okay, so what is this? Which one is it?
I think it's personification because it says the flowers danced, and yes, there's a gentle breeze, so you can picture it, but flowers can't really dance. They don't have legs, they don't have arms, they don't have bodies.
All right, yes, very good. Very good. Okay, so that is personification. Let's move on. Next one. All right. All right, can somebody please read it?
I am so hungry I could eat a horse.
Okay, so what is it?
I think it's sort of metaphor. I don't know, because those are the only two options there. If not, then I would say it's a hyperbole.
Okay, yes. Okay, I'm so glad that you bring that up. Actually, yes, it could also be a hyperbole. I just put metaphor and personification as as examples. But what does the class think? Okay? Do you agree that this is a hyperbole? Okay, just go thumbs up if you think it's a hyperbole. Or just go like this, thumbs down if you disagree or if you're just not sure. Okay? Alright. Okay, so you guys are really, really smart and you're doing really good. Yes. Okay, this is a hyperbole, right? And why is that? Why is it a hyperbole?
It's a hyperbole because it's an exaggeration of someone's hunger, because no one is hungry enough to eat a horse.
Fantastic. Yes, it's an exaggeration. That's the answer. Very good. In the next activity, you are actually going to be explaining why. Okay? All right, let's move on. Last one, right? Last but not least. Okay, would you please read it?
Her home was a prison.
Oh, okay. So what is it? Which one is it?
I say it's mostly hyperbole. I don't know, it's something else, almost like a comparison, how her home is like that of a prison. Maybe it's very sort of encasing. But other than that, I say it's a hyperbole because your house can't be a prison unless you're a prisoner.
Okay, so what do you guys think? So Natalia says that it is a hyperbole, okay, because it's an exaggeration. She's saying you can never feel as as a prisoner at home. Okay. Do we have anybody else, with another idea? Okay, so yes, very good. Yes, it could also be right a metaphor, right? Because it's comparing two things. It's comparing home, right, to a prison, to being there. Okay, so yes, and you're gonna find this a lot. In some occasions, you're going to find that specific sentence could go for two different categories. Okay, you guys have done really good. Now we are going to move on to the next one. All right, so in this activity, you will be working with each other, okay? And here we go. All right, this is which type of figurative language do you think is the hardest to find? Why? And easiest why? So for this activity, please remember, be polite, be respectful, okay, and be mindful of others, okay? Make sure that you're quiet while your classmates are speaking, okay? And also not only address, the person that's speaking, but make sure that you are addressing everybody in the classroom, okay? And also make sure you remember to use the sentence starters that are, here in the classroom, but also on the board, okay? In my opinion, right? I believe that. I agree with, because. I disagree with, because. And I would like to add that. So for this activity, you're gonna have 5 minutes. After the 5 minutes are up and you are ready with the discussion, then we will share this as a class, okay? And see if we all agree on the same, okay? All right, go ahead. Okay, so after the discussion, okay, most of you agreed that the easiest figurative language is a hyperbole, right? Because it's an exaggeration, so it's very easy to tell, okay? So you guys are probably going to be good detectives. You can tell, true from a lie very easily. All right, next, and for the hardest one, most of you, thought that it was very easy, that all of them are easy, but that maybe a metaphor could be a little bit complicated sometimes because it could look like a personification. Okay, and it makes sense, but the more that you practice, the better that you will get. Okay, all right, so it's almost the end of the class, so now we're gonna move on to the assessment. Okay, and then I'll go over the homework with you. Okay, so for your exit ticket today, okay, you will explain 2 similes to the class, okay? But if you are advanced, okay, you're going to explain 2 examples of personification to the class. Now, if you really want to challenge yourself today, you're going to create your own example of figurative language for any of the following 4 types: metaphor, simile, hyperbole, and personification. Okay, so I'm going to give you 5 minutes for this. Then we go over this. Okay, so right now you're still working on the exit ticket, okay? You are, you're on level, you're explaining 2 similes to the class, okay? Or you can also explain what a simile is, okay? Just to keep it simple. Also, if you are advanced, then you are going to explain 2 examples of personification to the class. You can use the examples that, we use in class today, the images and the activities. That's okay. It's okay if you can think of something on your own. You can use those. That's perfectly okay. Now, if you really want to challenge yourself, then you're going to create your own, and then you're going to share it with the class. Yes, I will give you extra credit too if you come out with your own, but it has to be original, not something that we said in class today. Okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time's up. Okay, awesome. So let's start with the on level. Sorry about that. Okay, explain 2 similes to the class. Right? Would you please explain one?
One type of simile is where you can compare 2 things using the words like or as.
You guys agree with that? Simile, when you compare, where you compare 2 things using like or as. Is that correct?
Well, not exactly comparing things, but you sort of like put them together to like make it into one sentence.
Okay, what does the class think? Do you guys agree with this? Yes, that's exactly it. It's comparing. Very good when you're making a comparison, okay? And you use the words like and as. Very good. Now, personification. All right, who has an example of personification? All right, please go ahead.
An example of personification is when you can add traits to an inanimate object, or really anything, animal, to make it sort of do the things that a human would do.
Excellent, very good. And now, for the challenges, did anybody create their own? Nobody? Okay, do you remember or do you know any that we didn't bring up today? Okay. All right. How many of you have watched Frozen before? Well, I'll give you something simple. Love is an open door. There we go. And that is my figurative language of the day, right? Love is an open door. So I'm comparing love to, right, an opportunity to different things. All right, very good. Excellent classwork today and participation. Now we're going to move on to the homework, okay? All right, so today you are going to be reading the first pages of the novel Speak, okay? But you're not just going to read it, you're going to do something more fun than that. You are also going to find at least one figurative language in the book, okay? All right, and in addition to that, that's for everybody. Whether you're on level or advanced, you will find, a figurative language. Okay, one example of. Now, if you're on level, you're going to write down 5 to 10 new words and look up their meaning. Okay, and for the advanced, you're also going to write down, 5 to 10 new words from the book. You're going to look up the meaning and write a sentence using each new vocabulary word. All right, thank you so much and bye-bye.